Now on CoastTV News.
Rehoboth Beach protest. What message protesters were demonstrating? St. Patrick's Day Parade, how the festive weekend started in Ocean City.
Our big concern is going to be how the winds that are going to be pushing out of the south for Sunday, how it's pick up momentum in a major way.
This is CoastTV News at 11.
Good evening, I'm Brandon Ferguson. Welcome to Coast TV News at 11. Tonight, we begin with a protest on the coast aimed at the Trump administration. On your screen was the scene earlier today in Rehoboth Beach, a protest organized by Indivisible Southern Delaware. Protesters chanted and held signs voicing concerns about cuts to the Department of Education and other government agencies and advocating for women's rights. Coast TV spoke with one of the organizers there.
We want people to know that there's opposition to the administration and also a place for them to join so that we can expand our membership and show just how deep this opposition is.
Indivisible Southern Delaware say they're planning more protests like this one in the future. President Donald Trump signed the government funding bill into law today, according to a post on X from the White House. A spokesperson for the White House, Harrison Fields. The president signed the bill, and he also thanked Democrats who joined Republicans to approve the continuing measure. The bill will allow the 6 months of funding and avert a government shutdown. Earlier this week, the bill cleared the House on a party line, and then Senate lawmakers voted to pass the measure 54-46, with 2 Democrats joining, all but 1 Republican in support of the measure. Your next bottle of wine could end up costing more due to President Trump's proposed massive tariff on European-made alcohol beverages. The 200% tariff is set to go into effect next month. Trade groups say the tariff won't just hurt the wine industry, but will also raise prices for consumers. Imported wine and spirits encompasses 35% of revenue of all U.S. sales in the alcohol market. As a result, trade groups warn the price of cocktails and wines ordered at restaurants or purchased at retailers will go up. St. Patrick's Day weekend is in full swing here on Delmarva. The Ocean City St. Patrick's Day Parade was held today. The annual celebration brings hundreds from near and far to the resort town ring for the Irish holiday. The parade made its way downtown Coastal Highway from 61st to 44th Street with hundreds of onlookers, all in their Irish best, enjoying the festivities and maybe a few beverages. The parade is made up of dozens of local groups, whether that be first responders, high school bands, or local nonprofits.
My favorite part is about the seating for the drivers and
the schools come down with their with the kids and listen and watching their bands and stuff. It's really a lot of fun. It's enjoyable. Not for nothing, but we love Stephen Decatur High School.
The beloved tradition is hosted by the Delmarva Irish American Club and started all the way back in 1980. The Maryland State Highway Administration is reminding everyone during this celebration this weekend to always drive sober or use mobile apps like Lyft and Uber. That $50 that could be annoying to spend now could save you from a lifetime of problems. Delaware State Police have arrested Jeffrey Marvel of Laurel for his 6th offense felony DUI on March 13th. A trooper spotted Marvel driving a black Chevrolet pickup on Camp Road. The truck's registration was found to be fake, prompting that stop. During the stop, Marvel showed signs of impairment and was arrested for DUI. A search of his vehicle revealed 21 pills in total, both of which were found without prescription. Marvel was charged with multiple offenses. He was taken to the Sussex Correctional Institution after being arraigned at just over $10,000 cash bond. Denrec is beginning its annual spring mosquito spraying. Denrec says starting as early as this Tuesday, they will bring spray operations through mid-April to target early season mosquitoes. Denrec says the spring spray campaign will begin in southern Sussex County, then expand into Kent County. As Sussex County continues to grow, local fire and EMS needs are growing too. In Lewis, the fire department says if something doesn't change, they won't be able to afford to keep the ambulance service up. The fire company says running ambulances won't be financially possible unless they get a, quote, substantial increase. The fire department, which is primarily made up of volunteers, say they've gone from responding to an average of 14 calls a day, both medical and fire calls, to 21 calls a day in just 6 years.
They've allowed a lot of growth, but they haven't increased our funding. And in the past 3 years, our deficit on our EMS is $1 million.
The fire company wanted to make it clear that they don't want to dissolve the ambulance service. They say they've been left with no other choice. And CoastTV contacted the city of Lewis, who said they were unaware of this letter. Maryland lawmakers are considering a bill that would increase property taxes in Somerset County to pay for their emergency services. Senator Mary Beth Carrozza and Delegate Charles Otto introduced the bill at the request of county commissioners. The Senate bill had its first reading in the House of Delegates. The next hearing in the House is set for Tuesday of this week. We now take a live look into Dover, and we bring in our First Alert Chief Meteorologist Paul Williams for a look at our weather.
As we prepare to enjoy Sunday, it's going to be a bit on the breezy side, and then we've got to shake off a lot of extra moisture that's just hovering in the area. So in the morning time, here's a couple of things to kind of expect. First and foremost, we're going to see the clouds cluster around our neck of the woods, so we could see some fog hovering in the early morning hours, and we could have some concerns with just the smallest amount of slickness on the roads, cranking up with the winds, gusting up to 35 miles per hour, perhaps even more than that. And with the latest profile with our forecasting maps and forecasting winds, yeah, you'll kind of see why I'm concerned about the winds. So let's start off at 5:30 in the morning time when we're talking about the commute. We're talking about the winds pushing out to the south primarily at about 26 miles per hour gust for us in Rehoboth, as well as 29 mile per hour gust in Bethany Beach and 29 mile per hour gust for us in Ocean City. Throughout the inland areas in the 20s as well. But watch how this changes dramatically later in the evening. Voila. Now we're looking at 39 mile per hour wind gust in Bridgeville, but 48 Bethany Beach, 47 mile per hour wind gusts primarily out of the south in Ocean City. And we're looking at least 41 mile per hour wind gusts out of the south in Milton, as well as Georgetown, 45 mile per hour wind gusts in Salisbury alone. Now coming up, we'll talk more about this because this is not a standstill or item by itself. Then we have to be concerned with the possibility of rain in the forecast. Rain, ironically enough, that we actually need.
Thank you, Paul. Spineless and betrayal. That's how China is describing a proposal to sell its ports in the Panama Canal to American asset management giant BlackRock. The Hong Kong-based company CK Hutchinson currently owns the ports. Observers think some investors are worried the deal may not go through if Beijing objects. President Trump has said he intends to take back the Panama Canal from Panama, which took over control of it in 1999 under a treaty negotiated with the U.S. 20 years earlier. While the sale of raw milk across state lines is prohibited, sales of raw milk cheese are legal as long as it's aged for at least 60 days before landing on store shelves. But a new study suggests that bird flu virus is active in raw milk cheese. The researchers made mini cheeses with milk spread with bird flu. They used 3 pH levels and were in the acidic range. They were found all of the levels in the virus remain infectious for the full 2-month aging period in the 2 cheeses produced at the lower acidic levels. An outbreak of deadly tornadoes tore through the Midwest and South yesterday. Multiple people were killed in Missouri and Arkansas overnight. Many of these communities are now bracing for a second round of severe storms. Jen Sullivan shows us the details on that damage and how a storm threat still looms tonight.
Oh my God! Terrifying moments for 2 people in Rolla, Missouri, as a tornado surrounds their car, violently shaking it. This powerful storm system spawning at least 25 tornadoes across the Midwest and South overnight. At least 11 people were killed in Missouri.
Trees, just the amount of debris, number of overturned tractor trailers, cars pushed around.
One of the hardest hit areas was in Butler County, Missouri.
This was widespread in the different areas it hit, but the one mobile home park was the most casualties and people are injured.
Multiple homes and businesses damaged or destroyed in Villa Ridge, Missouri, about 40 miles southwest of St. Louis. Toppled trees covering homes and cars. Emergency crews saying it's been hard to rescue residents with all the debris blocking the roads.
There's multiple power lines down, and it's still a very dangerous situation.
Tornadoes carving out paths of destruction in Arkansas, where at least 3 people were killed as a result of the severe weather. In Stillwater, Oklahoma, fierce winds fueling these brush fires. State emergency management officials say they battled more than 130 wildfires across 44 counties Friday. The governor declaring a state of emergency in 12 counties.
The damage is unbelievable.
As the cleanup begins for these communities, many are still under the threat for another round of severe weather. The National Weather Service issuing a level 5 out of 5 warning for severe thunderstorms for portions of Mississippi and Alabama. I'm Jen Sullivan reporting.
Coming up later on Coast TV News at 11, we take a full look at your forecast. But first, we show you everything that happened on Delmarva this week. We'll be back in just 60 seconds.
Surface Solutions is rolling across Delmarva, providing the best asphalt and concrete installation for your home or business. Our professional team is transforming the asphalt industry with an impeccable reputation for quality. We guarantee a timely response, unparalleled customer service, and a detailed free estimate in days, not weeks. Call the exterior surface specialists at Surface Solutions and ask about our special financing rates as low as 0%.
Call the professionals at Surface Solutions and discover the difference.
Sam Calagione here, inviting you to soak up the off-season at Dogfish Head. Swing by Brooks and Eats in Rehoboth for $1 wings on Sundays and $12 burgers and pizzas on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Next door at Chesapeake and Maine, enjoy Monday Locals Night with 25% off and $15 lobsters every Sunday. And our Milton Brewery, join us for trivia on Mondays and bingo on Wednesdays. Come explore goodness at our Dogfish locations. Cheers.
From Fenwick Island traffic problems to a Cambridge townhouse explosion. There was a lot going on this week here on the coast. Charlie Sakaitis has a look at our week in review.
Monday, Coast TV learned that in Fenwick Island, a routine traffic stop on Coastal Highway, it took a surprising turn when 2 women were caught with bags of stolen items from the West Ocean City outlets. The car was pulled over for speeding on March 6th. The officer found several plastic trash bags filled with clothing that still had security tags attached. Tuesday, the Lewis Fire Department sounding the alarm over funding, saying if something doesn't change, they can't afford to keep ambulance services, saying it won't be financially possible unless they get, quote, a substantial increase. Wednesday, Delaware Congresswoman Sarah McBride pushed back against the Trump administration for cutting nearly $500,000 from the Community Legal Aid Society of Delaware. The funding, which helped enforce fair housing laws in Delaware, was terminated in February. Thursday, a follow-up after a whale washed up on the beach the night before. A 30-foot, 14-ton humpback whale stranded itself off Conquest Road at Delaware Seashore State Park. MERS spent the day performing an autopsy on the whale, and the whale was later buried on the beach. And Friday, 6 families were displaced after a Cambridge townhome exploded. Take a look at the video of the explosion just before 11:30 Thursday night. According to the State Fire Marshal's office, those living in the unit were at work during the explosion. Those on either side escaped without injury. For your Week in Review, I'm Charlie Sakaitis.
After the break here on Coast TV News at 11, as we take a live look into Salisbury, Chief Meteorologist Paul Williams takes us and has a full look at our weather.
Are you suffering from hair loss? Maybe you need to cut a few pounds. Ready to start dating again? Well, here at East Coast Plumbing, Heating and Air, we can help you with none of that.
But what we can help you with is plumbing repairs, drain cleaning, tub and showers, water heaters, air conditioning, heat pumps, gas furnaces, and sewer and water main replacements. Stop dealing with chamois that don't work and call Delmarva's top service provider.
East Coast Plumbing, Heating and Air.
or find us online at eastcoastplumbing247.com. Forget about it.
Imagine an evening of sophistication where ambiance feels like a dream. Welcome to Benvenuto's Fine Dining in the city of Livorno, where elegance meets culinary excellence. Every detail is designed to elevate your night, perfect for intimate dining or a special event, piano music, and a stunning Tuscan atmosphere. Enjoy international cuisine crafted with fresh, local ingredients, offering a symphony of flavors, each course as unique as the next. Call ahead and create your own unforgettable multi-course dining experience. Benvenuto Restaurant in Milford.
Accidents happen when you least expect them. Big or small, when accidents strike, things can get a little complicated. This is where the Law Office of Trapp Nickel steps in. Our experienced team fights for your rights, turning tough situations into significant compensation. If you've suffered an injury, claim the justice you're entitled to. The Law Office of Trapp Nickel. Your priority is our priority.
Don't settle for anything less than the best. Go Glass has developed a premium series of shower enclosures designed for homeowners who appreciate elegance and quality. Choose the Herring series for a frameless, spa-like feel. Our Chesapeake series sails smoothly along the track, maximizing your space. Combine strength and elegance with the Shinkantake series. For a bold statement piece, our Peninsula series is for you. Go Glass brings your dream shower to life. Your shower, your way. Repair, replace, upgrade, or enhance. Go Glass is your one-stop shop for everything glass, friendly and fast.
So we're bracing for a chance of scattered showers in the forecast, but the winds are going to be more of the albatross that will be over our neck that we're just going to have to muscle our way through for Sunday. But before I get to the winds and the potency of it, first of all, I want to remind you of something, that we are in the midst of a drought situation. There are some communities, most of the county is actually under just moderate drought, but there are some communities that are under severe drought, including Anderson Crossroads, Ellendale, Milton community, in and around Cool Springs, Overbrook, Broadkill Beach, but not just there, but also in places like Lewis, Midway Park, and reaching as far south as Rehoboth Beach. Now, how much of a drought are we talking about here? We're talking about severe drought. Now, we're looking at moderate down towards Benham and towards Georgetown and Crossroads in those areas, but the Anderson Crossroads, Ellendale, Milton area, we have severe drought. And the winds that are going to begin to really mess with us throughout the entire day for Sunday, that's not going to help our plight because it's going to dry things off. Okay, so take a look. Now, as we go into, let's say, going into Sunday morning, we are looking for the winds pushing out of the south at about, let's say, 27 miles per hour for us, right? Now, as that kicks in, we're looking at 29 mile per hour wind gusts in Bethany Beach and for Ocean City. Look at what happens by the time we get into the evening hours for Sunday. We just turn purple all the way around. Now, when we go purple with this particular map, we're talking about near 40 mile per hour winds or stronger, and we're up to a 48 mile per hour gust expected in Bethany Beach. At 11:30 at night, we're still in the 30s here, but we're still at lower 30s inland, upper to mid-30s along the coast. And even on Monday, the winds will change direction coming out of the north at about 30 miles per hour. But with all of this wind, we are parched, we are dry, we need some precipitation. And even as we start to counter back as far back as even Saturday, we go into Sunday and Monday, we're hoping to get about 2 inches of rain here eventually over a longer period of time. But it takes a whole week for us to get that. You have to understand, by Sunday morning, the winds are out of the south, temperatures in the 50s, and we have cloudy skies. And it looks like it's going to, well, the clouds are going to talk a good game like it's going to rain, but we're not going to see much in the way of fruition of scattered showers. It's going to stay cloudy for Sunday. We'll see some spotty showers, Fenwick Island, Ocean City, about 7:30, and after that, we're done. Even as we take a look at, let's say, 9:30 in the morning, 60 degrees in Newark, Snow Hill 59, we see spot showers, but it's fleeting. We're looking at fleeting showers, best case scenario for us. Even as we widen the scope here with a different model, by 2 o'clock, we're looking for widespread scattered showers to push through, and this line converging upon this frontal boundary that'll slide through 4 o'clock in the morning for Monday. And then when the rain really begins to erupt, it's off the coast. And it's Monday morning at 6 o'clock. So even with the secondary model that we're running, not looking favorable. So we're looking at temperatures in the 70s and breezy for us for Sunday. The Ocean City, South Bethany, same situation, scattered showers on Monday. And we're looking at drying out conditions even more so Sunday for Cape Henlopen and Dewey Beach. Finally, here's a look at your 7-day forecast. So we're watching out for a yellow alert day because of the winds on Sunday.
After the break, here on Coast TV News at 11, new allegations against Diddy as the trial is getting closer. And Tesla dealership attacks, how the Justice Department is now involved. That's up next on Coast TV News at 11.
I've needed a new left hip for about 15 years. The last 2 cortisone shots I got were bone on bone, and they didn't last 6 months. They lasted maybe a month. I was in a lot of pain. The staff at the Joint Surgery Center at Atlantic General Hospital were incredibly helpful. I was back to work 2 days short of a month, which I found amazing. You learn to trust people when you get good care.
Start your journey to relief today. Atlantic General Hospital. Expert care every day.
You've come a long way, Peninsula Bath. Sure has been fun.
Are you the bath guy?
Can you take out the trash?
Do you do lawns?
Listen, Linda, listen.
You should have called Peninsula Bath.
Jackie? Share with us your favorite Linda memory, and you'll get 2024 off your next bathroom remodel with Peninsula Bath.
Mercy, that's a great deal.
Thank you, Delmarva, for a great year.
When it comes to major home repairs, you can't put a Band-Aid on it forever. We get it. Keeping a roof over your head is hard. And as your neighbor, we want to make it easy. That's why we're offering HVAC tune-ups for only $59. And if we do need to replace something, we let you pick your payment. With Chesapeake, you won't see the high prices that you would with a Wall Street-backed company. Don't just get a second opinion, get Chesapeake's opinion.
Service sure to make you smile. They always go the extra mile.
Whoa, Matt, you need a little help with that?
Whoa, David Akers.
Yes, please. Kick the competition to the curb with Matt, the carpet guy.
What in the world? Where did that come from?
When it comes to flooring, don't pick the big box stores.
The team at Matt, the carpet guy provides quality flooring, exceptional service, and of course, affordable pricing. Matt, the carpet guy, flooring done right.
Yesterday, Attorney General Pam Bondi said the Justice Department would launch investigations into recent attacks against Tesla properties. Bondi said that attacks are targeting CEO Elon Musk for his political affiliation. She said attackers are going after Tesla dealerships and charging stations and also vandalizing cars. According to Bondi, one person is behind bars facing up to 20 years in prison after throwing a Molotov cocktail through a dealership. Police across the U.S. are investigating vandalism and attacks, including gunshots fired at a Tesla showroom. Sean Diddy Combs appeared in a Manhattan courtroom yesterday where he pleaded not guilty to more allegations related to the racketeering charges against him. The new allegations were included in a superseding indictment unsealed earlier this month. No new charges were brought against Combs. Prosecutors allege he forced an employee to engage in sex acts while threatening others if they did not help him carry out a 2-decade-long sex trafficking scheme. Jury selection is set to begin on May 5th, and opening statements are expected to begin a week later. It's National Kidney Month, and it's time to raise awareness about kidney disease. And right now, more than 90,000 Americans are waiting for a kidney transplant. In today's Health Minute, Mandy Gaither talks to a living kidney donor and dispels myths about the procedure that can save a life.
It's a connection they consider to be providential. Born 18 days apart, Megan and Regina have never lived life without the other.
We didn't know it, 35 years ago when both of our mothers were pregnant, that this would be our story.
Their tale of friendship took a twist in 2022 when Regina got so sick, her name had to be added to the kidney transplant list, one of around 90,000 people left hoping. But the Mayo Clinic confirmed Megan as a match to her childhood best friend, and in 2023, she gave the best gift anyone could give, a new chance at life.
Many of our patients wait 4 to 6 to even 9 or 10 years before they receive that gift of life.
Transplant surgeon Dr. Shannon Mao says the need significantly outweighs the organ supply, and less than a third of people waiting will get a kidney this year. Mao believes it's due to common misconceptions like living kidney donors have to have perfect health. She says that's false. They need to be generally healthy, but donors can potentially have controlled high blood pressure or type 2 diabetes. Second, those over age 50 can't be a living donor. Mal says there's no age limit. Donors just have to be 18 or older. Third, you have to be related to be a match. Mal says Megan is living proof that's not true. More than a year after the transplant, both friends are doing well.
Like, I always considered her family, and now like she truly is family.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
Experts say some believe donating a kidney shortens the donor's lifespan, but experts say multiple studies show that that's simply not true. A new sports record was set Thursday night. Steph Curry became the first player in the NBA to score 4,000 career three-pointers. He was already known as the league's greatest scorer in history, but now he has cemented it. The Olympics will be broadcasted on NBC and Peacock through the 2036 games. The Hill reports Comcast reached an agreement with the International Olympic Committee for $3 billion. The media corporation will distribute live TV of the coverage of Olympic broadcasting services and work with the IOC on digital advertising. NBC has broadcasted 19 total Olympic Games since 1964. That's more than any other U.S. media company. After the break, here on Coast TV News at 11, as we take a live look into Ocean City, we have a final check on your forecast.
We just bought our first home. Sure, there's a lot to fix and money's tight, but my husband knows how to keep our spirits high and our grocery bills low. And thanks to those savings, the glass is always half full.
Babe, got it.
Even if it's leaking. You're always there for them.
Of course.
And we're always here for you. Food Lion, here for every moment.
Some people will stop at nothing to get your stuff. Get solid security and protect yourself from theft, fire, and accidents with American-made Rhino at Southern States in Milford. Experience peace of mind with financing available when you buy local from the only Rhino dealer on Delmarva. They'll deliver and set it up for you too. Ask about Rhino's Thank You for Your Service rebate program. Protect your stuff with Rhino. Everything else is just storage. Securing Delmarva one safe at a time. Southern States of Milford.
Ever feel lost in the world of real estate? Imagine a partner who transforms confusion into clarity, who stands by your side from the first question to the final signature. A professional who knows the market, ensuring that your journey is as smooth and successful as possible. This is the value of a great realtor. With Pam Price, you're not just making a move, you're moving forward. So why do you need a realtor? Because with the right one, you can find your way home.
What are you doing here? I'm here for your 6-month crawl space inspection. Come on, follow me. I should get out of these clothes. Believe me, my friend, it's perfectly clean down there. I can't stress the importance of having braziers monitor your crawl space. What is there to inspect? Your sub pump, your dehumidifier, and we inspect your whole crawl space for you. You can't beat that type of service, and there's no bugs down here. Which reminds me.
Son-in-law, is my room ready yet? Come on.
Absolutely.
Each Friday, you can cheer up with a weekly dose of local good news from Coast TV. You can sign up now for free, our Feel Good Friday newsletter at coasttv.com/signup. A wildcat has a new home at the Salisbury Zoo. This 8-year-old ocelot named Dale came all the way from a zoo in Texas. Dale was brought here in an effort to conserve the ocelot population.
Quick reminder, we want to let you know we keep up with your forecast with our weather line. It's available for you 24 hours a day. The number to call is 443-880-9100. Your forecast is just a call away. Sponsored by the law offices of Bruckstedt, Mendelis, and Federico. All right, so we take a look at your 7-day forecast. We're expecting breezy conditions for Sunday. We're going to be under a yellow alert day. We're looking at about 40 to 45 mile per hour wind gusts in some areas, 69 for the high, and then that's going to lean into a chance of scattered showers. We'll have a better chance of rain developing for early Monday morning, but after that, we're going to clear out and we'll become breezy once again by Friday.
Thanks for joining us here for Coast TV News at 11. For more news and local weather, download our Coast TV News app. Saturday Night Live starts right now. Have a great night.